Okay, we are going to be live in just a minute. Tonight, we're going to do a guided meditation, and we are live on Instagram and YouTube. I'm just going to get set up by closing my door so Opal, the little one, isn't barking, even though it still might happen. Opal, come in, babe. Okay, so if you are new, welcome. We are going to do a guided meditation. We'll do a little bit of tarot, and we might talk a little bit too. Answer some of your questions if you have some. If you're new, welcome. We do what I sometimes refer to as Spirit Speaks, where we see what Spirit has to say. I liked all of my guided meditations are channeled, so they're specific and unique each night to whoever's watching, whether you're watching now or after the fact. Those meditations are created specifically for the energy of who's in the room, who's there, right? Oh, Magic Oracle, hi. You're usually on Instagram. Welcome. I'm glad you jumped over to YouTube. If a couple weeks ago we had an issue on Instagram, so if so, jump over to YouTube at Miriam Farish, just so we don't miss out. The guided meditation is short, it's just about 10 minutes. For anyone that's new to meditation, it's simple. You don't need to do anything, but just be still, get comfortable. Ask any questions that you have. I am here. My work as a psychic medium, I do the traditional work, but I really also teach about the paranormal. I try to bridge the gap between spirituality and the paranormal. More importantly, I really like to teach how to teach you to find you, teach you to find your power, teach you to find your own answers, teach you to connect to spirit so that you know how every day to be guided by spirit and be guided by your intuition, that you understand who you are as a spiritual being first and then a human being, and help give you the tools to survive on a planet that is a challenge. You'll hear me say that a lot. And the reason why I say that a lot, the reason why I really stress that this planet is a challenge is because I want people to realize that they aren't crazy and that if they are constantly struggling with anxiety and depression and all of those things, that you're not alone, and that it's because this is a lower vibration planet. Okay. And so we do the work that we need to do to get by every day. And some days we get by with a little bit of extra joy, and some days we get by with the ability to just get by and perfect, right? But I want you to know that there is hope and that there is work we can do to find joy. I know that a lot of people will always say lead with love, and yes, lead with love, of course, but that's kind of putting the cart before the horse. We have to find what love is for us and for ourselves, and that takes time and work. And ultimately, you'll hear me talk a lot about the 5 steps to consciousness, which are not a secret, which is not a book you need to read, nothing you need to buy. It's something all of us, whether you are working from a level of a psychic medium, or you are simply looking to just be the strongest, healthiest, clearest person you can be, we practice the same thing. Okay. We might practice a little bit differently, but we're all spiritual beings in a human body that require the same things. We all carry anxiety. We all carry fear. We all carry doubt. We all carry depression, different levels of it. And so our practice will support that in whatever level we need it for ourselves. The 5 steps to consciousness. Daily meditation practice, which I always say is non-negotiable, and we start with just 1 minute or 2 minutes a day, and that's it, and you don't bump up that time until you want it and crave it and are ready for it. Yoga, because we store emotion and memory in the physical body, and yoga opens that up and brings that out in ways that other modalities can't. Uh, Exercise, regular exercise, because the physical body needs to be strong enough and healthy enough to hold our intuition, to hold our connection, to hold our ability to change and grow and be strong and feel empowered. uh, Therapy when we need it. We go in and out of therapy. That's my thought is, sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. And throughout your whole lifetime, you'll be in and out and in and out. Perfect, right? And then a plant-based diet, moving to a plant-based diet. I say that because obviously when you make big changes, we do it slowly, we do it over time. A plant-based diet is because meat and dairy hold energy in the body, and we want our energy to move through the body. Also, caffeine and alcohol and sugars will mess with our energy too, and we want the energy to move smoothly. We don't want to do things that aggravate the anxiety and fear and depression that already live in us. We want to do things that will quiet it, right? And there isn't just one thing that will do that. And for some of us, there's many things. And that's where those 5 steps come in, because when you are doing all 5 of those steps in a small way, you might, because yes, it's a lot, right? And so we do it in a small way. So we do it, maybe for a plant-based diet, we're changing out 1 meal a week or 1 meal a day. And we're just noticing how we feel when we're eating greens and grains, what that feels like compared to when we're not. That's all. When we're doing those short meditations, morning, maybe at night, maybe whenever we need them. I always tell the story when I was working in corporate, I was meditating 3 times a day to get by. Exercise can just be walking. It doesn't have to be a 1-hour class that you go to the gym for. It can be just a walking or a Pilates or whatever feels good for you. Just a quick note, a lot of people like to combine their exercise with yoga. No issue with that. My only caveat to that is I want yoga at least once or twice a week to be gentle and specific to releasing and clearing. And we're not concerned with burning calories or this has to be my workout or I have to get this in. Really, it's a time of just balance and release and quiet. And then, of course, therapy when we need it. That therapy can be journaling. That therapy can be an actual therapist. That therapy can be a friend where you trade those conversations. But really balancing that emotional body, acknowledging it, owning it, being tuned into it so that we can get to the point to where it's not leading us, but it's a part of us. And those emotions fuel us instead of control us. And the meditation, we always hear the quieting of the mind. And yes, but ultimately it's about not having the mind control us, right? Just like we don't want the emotions to control us, we don't want the mind to control us. We want to have a say in what our experiences are. If that experience is happy, sad, joy, depression, whatever, we want to say in that. The only caveat to that is grief. Grief has a mind of its own and we want to honor it. It knows best. Grief is something we don't mess with. We don't want to say, I'm not grieving today. We don't want to do that because grief is a very separate energy and experience that should be honored when it comes up. Okay. So that's a lot to take in. I will make sure to put in the description after I repost this, those 5 steps. But remember, really important, whether you're listening to me or to someone else or you're reading a book, I want you to remember that whatever information you need, you will retain. And if you say, well, I can't remember everything, you aren't supposed to remember everything. You'll remember what you're supposed to, okay? And you'll take away from tonight exactly what you're supposed to. And then the rest will come if you need it. And if you don't need it, you'll learn at a later date. Okay. So we trust that. Any questions or comments or suggestions for meditation tonight or topic of conversation for tonight? Anything you want help with or support on? Anything like that? Otherwise, let's get comfortable and lay down if you need to. We don't want the physical body to be interfering in our ability to be still, because being still is hard enough, right? Not fidgeting and not thinking about things is hard enough. So we get ourselves as comfortable as possible so we don't worry about that. And then we allow the mind to do what the mind is going to do. The mind is going to remind us of things. The mind is going to wander. The mind is going to be the mind. Let's not stop it from being that. Let's not fight it. Let's let it be that and simply not engage or latch on to the memory. Easier said than done. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Okay? Closing the eyes. 3 releasing breaths. So a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, I want you to blow it out. Close the eyes. One more. All right. Allow the body to completely sink into the earth. And just a reminder that I do have dogs, so if they bark, we'll just stay where we're at. And we'll listen to the breath. I want you to relax the shoulders. And relax the forehead. Make sure the eyes are gently closed, not squeezed tight. Relax the jaw. Allow the tongue to rest on the bottom of the mouth. Wiggle the fingers and the toes to make sure they're not clenched. And then bring your attention to your belly. And I want you to allow that belly to expand on the inhale and pull in on the exhale. I want you to allow that belly to really let go. We tend to hold the belly tight. I want you to release and allow the belly to totally relax and totally let go. I want you to allow the belly to be flexible, soft, pliable. Become extra aware of how the belly moves with your breath. Not forcing it, not pushing it, just noticing the natural expansion when it's relaxed. Noticing how it naturally moves when it's at ease. Notice how it moves in alignment with the breath. Trusting that we can let go. Trusting that we can allow the body to completely release. We can allow the muscles to soften and the belly to soften. We can allow the breath to slow down, to deepen, to lengthen. We can trust that everything we need, we have right now in this moment. We can trust that everything we need to know will be here when we need it. Whatever you need to know will show itself when the time is right. And if you don't know right now, it's because you don't really need to know. So just breathe. If the body wants to fidget, just allow it to fidget a couple times and then ask it to come back to stillness. Your focus is on your breathing and on my voice. We're not going to fight the urge to itch. We're not going to push back against the brain that wants to remember and to think. Let's allow it. Let's allow all of these experiences to live within us. They just simply don't control us. Wherever you're at, I want you to blow all the air out. So a deep exhale. And together we're going to inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Here we go. We inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to gently hold this breath, but relax the body around the breath. So there's no tension around this hold. And gently blow out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, but relax the entire body. Feeling the breath being held, but the rest of the body at ease. Exhale through the lips for 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, but relax the body. Exhale through the lips for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, but relax the body. Exhale for 4 through the lips. 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Relax. Exhale through the lips for 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the breath to move at its own pace. Allow the belly to be soft. I just want you to sit for a moment in the silence, breathing, releasing, and letting go. It's okay if the mind wanders. It's okay if the belly tightens up. It's okay if the body fidgets. Just notice it and redirect it. Deepen that exhale if you notice yourself become tense. Gently deepen the inhale if you notice yourself feeling a little stressed. Use the breath to let go. What is it that you feel you need to know? What is that? Whatever that is, I want you to breathe into it. So you inhale that question, what is it you need to know? And you exhale knowing the answer will show itself. So you inhale that thought, that question, and then you exhale and let everything go, knowing that it will show itself. Inhale, what is it you need to know? Exhale, you let go, trusting and knowing that it will show itself. Breathe here for a moment. Just asking, what is it that you feel you need to know? And knowing this will come in your dreams, throughout your day. There's so many ways this information will come to you. Our intuition is subtle and it nudges, it's not loud. This is how you know the difference between your emotions and your intuition. Couple more breaths here. And then keeping the eyes closed. Our trust lives in the neck. And so because we want to trust that this information that we need will come, because we want to trust that everything we need will be provided for us, because we want to trust that we are taken care of even in the darkest hours. Wherever you're at, I want you to blow all the air out. Exhale. And on a gentle inhale, you'll turn your head to the left, keeping the eyes closed. On a gentle inhale, we look to the right. So we exhale to the left, looking left. We inhale, turning the head to the right. Whether you're lying down, sitting up, this is a slow, gentle movement, pairing the breath with the movement. Keeping the eyes gently closed, we inhale, turning the neck left. We exhale, turning the neck right. It's about slow, paired movement. So pairing the breath with the movement. That's the key. One more time, each direction, slow and with ease. And when you're finished, relaxing the neck, neutral. And coming back to the breath and allowing the breath to move at its own pace. Placing the right hand on the belly and the left hand on the heart. 3 relaxing breaths here, and I want you to feel the belly move under the hand. Feel how flexible it is. Feeling it expand, releasing any tension or doubt. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. Keep your hands where they're at. Just keeping the body still, opening the eyes. I want you to become comfortable with this sense of ease and relaxation with the eyes open. I want you to become comfortable with connecting to the heart and the belly through the hands with the eyes open. How does this feel? No need for words, just take note. Whenever you're ready, you can relax the hands, relax the body. What is it that you feel you need to know? That's going to come. It's going to come to you in a dream. It's going to come to you at a random time when you're not expecting it. For some of you, this is a time of coming out of what feels like almost a cocoon state. So for some of you, we're coming out of a dark time that was a time of growth, a dark time that was filled with fear, doubt, concern. And the light is shining now, and you're coming out of this cocoon, and you're going to come out stronger and clearer. For some of you, the connection to your higher consciousness is imperative. It's that third eye opening up. For some of you, it's about managing that intuitive connection that you sometimes feel controls you rather than you, it. And the truth is, intuition lives in all of us in many different layers and stages and levels. And it's not about controlling it. It's about learning to embrace it and be one with it. And what that means is trust, to be one with intuitive sense, a knowing. And a lot of times for a lot of us, that knowing can be something scary happening or foreseeing things you don't want to know. And so that's where this understanding of trust and connection to spirit comes in, because we have to understand how and why this planet moves so that we aren't fearing our intuition. We aren't fearing knowing what's coming or not coming. And we're understanding that the planet is more dark than light. And so with that, we're going to have sometimes more dark than light visions. And that's okay, because we trust that all is in divine order, even the most painful and ugly. And the more that we can connect daily and regularly, and we can start to be led by our intuitive nudges, the more we can trust and know, right? The more we can trust and know that when dark things happen, it's because the majority of the planet is populated with very young souls that are still learning. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be angry, and I'm not saying we shouldn't be sad. I'm not saying we shouldn't feel all those feelings. The opposite, we should feel all of those things. But we should also be understanding that all is in divine order. So we allow ourselves to get angry, to get sad, to feel, and then we understand that this is a low vibration planet and the bulk of the people are still learning, us included. And we understand that. I was given an example the other day of how an infant will wear a diaper and pee and poo itself, right? Well, if you have infant humans in adult bodies, they not literally pee and poo themselves, but they kind of crap on the planet and on other people, right? Spreading, whether it's spreading hate or the inability to accept others or whatever it is, its own version of that, right? And when we understand, well, that's what babies do, there's an acceptance of it. I'm not saying that we allow it and say it's okay, but what does that mean for you? So some people go and some people become activists, some people become teachers, healers. What is it for you that will counteract that? That's how we manage it. Because the truth is, when we feel helpless, this is when it overwhelms us. But when we are doing something, no matter how small, because there is no such thing as small, right? We're feeling like, okay, I've made this much of a difference, or I've assisted this person, and I'm not just sitting back, right? Being of service, but we can only be of service when we understand how to be of service to ourselves. And those are the 5 steps to consciousness, because you cannot be of service to others if you are not of service to yourself. So I can't come and do these guided meditations and be of support if I am not following the 5 steps so that I am full. And then after I do this work, or after I'm doing readings that can be unusually draining, when I do those things, I feel full from them. I feel energized. I feel bigger and better, not drained. And I'm not saying I don't experience being drained, but I know how to manage it, how to refill. Maybe did I, sometimes being drained is part of it. You just exhaust yourself and then you refill, right? Just about being able to know and how to manage all of that. So, uh, in about 45 minutes on YouTube, I have a show called Myth or Mystery. It's a lot lighter. It's fun. We laugh, but we also dig into the paranormal. We look at paranormal caught on camera, and we talk about what this is. And it's fun. It's just a light, fun show. And the reason why I have that show is because I want lightness in my life. I want to be able to do this work, but I also want to be able to have that other side of me that's fun and can be fun and can laugh at things and to be light and to share the side of me that isn't serious all the time. And I think I say that because I want you to be able to do the same thing. Everybody has that side to them that's light. And I think it's really important that you make sure that you find that every day if you can. And if you can't every day, every few days, whether it's with people or animals or children or whatever, where you just allow yourself to be really light and silly and not taking things so seriously, right? Matosh, you said you found public speaking. That's exciting. That's very, very cool. So thank you very much, you guys. Let's do questions next week because I have to jump off a little bit earlier. So again, 45 minutes on YouTube. If you want to join, it's a lot of fun. Otherwise, I try to be here every Thursday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time for you guys, and to at least do this work. All right. Thank you.